there's a line across it. I ain't lost it, run this shit. I bossed and flossed a marathon, so caution. Knox will leave you nauseous. Knox is hot, I reap a sauces. Toxins drop the fiends in office. I don't mean to be this heartless. Fuck the club and diamonds. I bring spades and coffins.
I've been feeling like I ain't high yet. Still I'm on this jet, wrecking mileage. They tell me know my role or get silence. Whoa, I'm a survivor.
Whoever sees this and subscribes right now get free joy. I'm just kidding. This is YouTube. What do you expect from here? What's going on, YouTube? It's Knox Hill, and we're back with our reaction series. So today, man, we got a special one on the channel. We got a very special one on the deck. First off, I got to give a huge shout out to the Patreon, none other than Daniel, for making this request. He wants me to welcome to the channel for the first time ever, Demondice. We're going to make history. This is Wanting, Getting, Wanting. But before I get any further, I'm going to give a quick shout out to the song, the intro. Listen, if you guys like that, yes, I'm an artist myself. Good chance to like my breakdowns. When I think about music, you'll probably like my music as well. I have a new album, Blacklist, charted on iTunes for the first time. That song is currently killing it. Over 130K streams on Spotify. Very proud of it. You want to support me, support the channel directly? I'll put the links to that below. Also, shout out to the Patreon, our Patreon family, exclusive reactions and content on there. Again, you guys want to support? All links down there. But anyways, know what we're here for. Demondice, step up to the plate. See what you got.
What's a man to a king and a king to a cat? What is a cat to a devil putting up a facade? I need it out.
What's a man to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer? Man, makes me think of No Hope in a While, Frank Ocean, Kanye West, Jay-Z. Come on now. Paying a little bit of homage there, but then she flips the end of that scheme, and instead of saying a god to a non-believer and kind of like disproving that hierarchy and just throwing it into doubt, she says a devil with a facade. So I take that as, is she implying that she's a devil? Because obviously a devil is an enemy of God. Devil going against God, and could have a facade, maybe pretending to be a god herself. She is the death god, the reaper, isn't she? Demondice, because I know who she actually is. You guys have spoiled the party and told me. But anyways, let's keep it rolling. Like, what is that? It sounds like a high-pitched, like ghoulish laughing, or like something scratching that's just like in the mix. Like, she just has this trait of like taking these just crazy abstract sounds and just like cooking them into the production, man. It's wild.
What is a man to a king and a king to a cat? What is a cat to a devil putting up a facade? I need an outlet now. I need to write this down. Hi, it's been a minute since we had a chat, but time is finna in it, finna make it fast. Your success is
Time is finna and it finna make it fast. I love that little da-da-da-da-da-da playing ping pong with the rhythm. Nice bouncy condensed rhyme scheme right there. And then the throat clear. She has so much personality with her delivery, and she does a good job. It's almost like conversational rap tones. Like the way that she delivers her dialogue and the way that she just accents her cadences.
Hi, it's been a minute since we had a chat, but time is finna in it, finna make it fast. Your success is a bitch. Why complain that your luck ain't the best? When you're rich and you're famous and fucking depressed.
When you complain, that's a when you're rich and you're famous. I love that little cadence bend. We talk about her rhyme writing. She's always got very good rhyme writing. Right there, she had a nice ain sounding A scheme, and then she went back to the depressed success, the B rhymes as well. She went A up in cadence, and then B rhymes were down, drop down delivery and cadence, smooth.
Bitch, why complain that your luck ain't the best? When you're rich and you're famous and fucking depressed. Pretend suppers in the trash. Got a couple ins and outs that don't involve crashes.
Ooh, uppers in the trash. I mean, you could take that in different ways. Like, she's going through it, she's depressed, she's been prescribed uppers, but she doesn't want to take them, so she's chucking them away. Or maybe she's dealing with addiction problems herself, and that's why the uppers are in the trash right there.
I complain that your luck ain't the best. When you're rich and you're famous and fucking depressed.
Wow, I mean, that's the thing. You know, she is rich now. She is famous to an extent. But I say this all the time. You know, money, fame, these type of things, you know, they're transient. They're not everlasting, right? They come, they go. Never forget the things that truly matter. And one of the most important things is your own health and your own mentals. And it's always important to take care of your mental health. And she always strikes me as someone, she gets so dark and lets the clouds come down and really uses this rap in her music as an outlet for dealing with it. Even though she has all the success around her, people are like, what's wrong with you? You should be happy. You're so successful. And it's like, no, I'm still not right up here. I'm still dealing with it.
Bitch, why complain that you're lucky the best when you're rich and you're famous and fucking depressed? Stuck in a mess of pretend suppers in the trash. Got a couple ins and outs that don't involve crashes. So ask me, so how have you been? Did you want big shit?
Wow, that's very clever. Playing on the uppers and then the crashes, like her life is kind of like a car crash. You hear the ad-lib of the car in the back of the mix, revving the engine going past, but also like she's crashing from the uppers. Maybe she's dealing with it. She's not taking the uppers anymore. That's why she's having a crash, or she's down and depressed in that crash. Nice wordplay right there.
Announced that don't involve crashes. So ask me, so how have you been? Did you want fiction, addiction, a public mental snap?
Whoa.
How did this happen? You're ready to rattle some bones, taking our dip to follow a script and never look back at the demons at home.
You ready to rattle some bones? Thinking I'll dip, follow a script, follow the demons at home. I love how she gets into that faster, punchier scheme, and that's really good diction. My one complaint I had with some of her faster raps before was I felt like she didn't get her tongue out in front of some of it, so the diction wasn't as clear. Right here, crystal clear diction. This is a nice pocket switch.
How did this happen? You're ready to rattle some bones, taking our dip to follow a script and never look back at the demons at home. Rain and shame inside the brain like bitch, too bad you ain't a keeper. Changing difficulty midway through the game to be a sleeper.
Whoa. Changing difficulty midway through the game. Talking about the rap game, right? Talking about this game of being successful, but also you could take it as like playing a game. She's changing the difficulty because she's upped it to a whole new level. And she's been a sleeper hit. I mean, she's blown up. So in one sense, you can't sleep on her. In another sense, she's kind of been a sleeping hit because now it's like she's come out of nowhere and she's taken over, man.
Changing difficulty midway through the game to be a sleeper. Just pretend it's nothing and of this wanting, getting wanting. I never stop one thing, always one thing. I'll always keep wanting more.
What does that make me think of? It's like a 90s hook right there. I love her singing on this, and she's like really layered it. Like it's mainly the percussion driving that, some cool strings, some impact strings that come in, but it's her just running that. She stacked her layers, so it's almost like she's like shouting at the back of the mix, but she's got like a beautiful voice and cadence at the front of it. I love this.
I never stop one thing, always one thing. I'll always keep wanting more.
Ooh. Think about that hook, wanting, getting, wanting. She wants it, then she gets it, and then she wants more. And it's kind of like a cycle, and round we go, never truly satisfied. Whoa, I didn't even notice that percussive switch. That's dope. There's so much happening in the production, man. Just slicing through with the samurai sword on these beats, baby. That's dope.
I'm still a fucking basket case. I say I'll keep on trucking, but the fact is cars don't run in space. I'm feeling angsty.
I'm still a fucking basket case, but the fact is cars don't run in space. You see again how she just goes from like one extreme of a cadence to another, and again it's so conversational, it's so much personality imbued into the delivery, and her microphone presence is great. And what she's saying there, she's an alien. You know, she's out in outer space, but also she could feel lost. She could feel so alone out there.
Still a fucking basket case. I say I'll keep on trucking, but the fact is cars don't run in space. I'm feeling angsty and thankless and like I fell from grace and zero gravity, having me thinking like I got no place. I'm fading. The crowd is
zero gravity, having me da 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 da. She's got that nice internal condensed scheme again. She did that in the first verse, and she starts to kind of run and fall out in front of that beat. And then obviously the trucking bar, because somebody's gonna comment below like, yo, you didn't explain that trucking bar all the way. But you know, someone says keep on trucking, keep on going, continue on, carry on. But in this case, she played off of the literal truck sense, then relating it to her car scheme. Nice bars.
thankless and like I fell from grace and zero gravity, having me thinking like I got no place. I'm fading. The crowd is waiting, but my internal rating is what kind of shady it's lately. I'm just an alien sailing on my self-made BS that I shell. I tell my fans they'll do well. Shut from the mount and I dwell.
Wow, again, you talk about metaphors, right? And how she writes schemes. And she gets an idea and she does a really good job of choosing her words and her metaphors to relate to that scheme. So the first verse, you had a lot of those, you know, addiction, drug bars, upper scheme, feeling like she was down and depressed, so playing off of that. This scheme we're in outer space and we're playing off of her just feeling so alone, and then just the different ways that she chooses that. Like, she fell from grace, she fell from the clouds, fell from outer space, feeling like zero gravity, relating to the space bar still, but also talking about her mental health. Very nice word choice again.
On my self-madian BS.
And then self-madian, playing off an alien self-madian, like, hey, I made it, you know. And this is the thing about successful people, I'm self-made, all courtesy of my success. That's how I got here, through hard work.
I shall up, tell my fans they'll do well. Shut from the mouth and I dwell. But does this ring any bells that I don't mention the hell? And change the topic from the hot tip that they probably won't sell. I paint a pretty little image, it looks swell from a distance. Blacking out the spell that gave this nobody in existence. Called just pretend it's not.
There it is. There's how she ties it all in, right? Because that's the thing that gets overlooked so many times. You know, you interview someone who's made it, and for every one person that's made it, there's hundreds of thousands of others who haven't, who maybe have worked just as hard, if not worked even harder, might even be more talented. But there's this one factor also that's hugely important to musicians, to artists, to actors, to creatives' careers, and that is luck. So I'm glad that she acknowledges that and brings that around. And I want to point out the production again, because again, there's just so much happening. We pause a lot on this channel. This is what we do. We're a breakdown channel, people. Sorry, I'm not sorry. But there's like a monkey scream or something. Rah! Like something just happens in the back of the mix. I'm like, what the fuck of the Planet of the Apes is going on here? Just, again, randomness that happens to the production that I love.
And change the topic from the hot tip.
Right there it is. It's bouncing all over the back of the mix.
Probably won't sell. I paint a pretty
And then whatever that was, sounded like a whoopee cushion being wound down. I don't know, some shit.
bells that I don't mention the hell. And change the topic from the hot tip that they probably won't sell. I paint a pretty little image, it looks swell from a distance. Blacking out the spell that gave this nobody in existence.
Blacking out, she's blacking out on this beat, but also blacking out because she's falling down into depths and despair again. And this spell playing off of her being Demondice, right? Being this reaper, being this witch of the words and the wizardry.
Just pretend it's nothing and into this wanting, getting, wanting. I never stop one thing, always one thing.
I love this, man.
Wanting more.
Yes.
What is a man to a king and a king to a god? What is a god to a devil? Putting up a facade. I need an outlet now. I need to write this down. Just pretend it's nothing and into this wanting, getting, wanting. I never stop one thing, always one thing. I'll always be
No.
wanting more.
Love those harmonies. Yeah, she's calling herself that devil. She's calling herself that demon.
Gotta write this down.
You just hear that laughing way down in the mix again. I love that whispering. I gotta write this down. It's a great sort of representation of just like the chaotic nature of her mind. And there's like moments when she's having sort of this internal dialogue with herself, and she's addressing these questions that she asks herself all the time. And then she's taking the opportunity to put the pen to the page and lay it out for us through the poetry of rap music. And I love sort of the mental exploration. I love her talking about her success, kind of looking back on the bigger picture on where she is now, but then like kind of almost tripping up and like falling over herself, and really using this music as an outlet to like get all this emotional angst out. And the beats, man, I want to know who produces it. Does she produce this stuff herself, or where does she find whoever produces it? Because they've got a really creative, eccentric way of putting together chord progressions and just inserting these different random abstract sounds, and I love it. You never know what to expect from her delivery, but also from the production. Demondice, come on now. You were Knox Hill certified. So if you guys like today's video, as always, be sure to smash the like button, listen here at the end. Obviously, enjoying the content, do me a huge favor, support the channel directly, subscribe, notifications on. As always, just a reminder, stay safe, stay positive. It's Knox Hill. Catch you again. I'm out.